Are you ready for some really shocking Xbox news? Well, ready or not, here it comes. But first, let's check iniba.com. They offer great games for Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo and PC, and they are cheap. And today it's Valentine's Day, so they've got this very cool offer over here, games for two. So how about we check some of these games, and there's a ton of games over here, good prices as well, as you can see. So let's go with Way Out, maybe for Xbox. It's pretty cheap as well, a good co-op game, and obviously you can add some more to the cart. So let's go with this one, and again, you can add some more if you like, but let's proceed to checkout, and all you have to do now is just select a payment of your choice and you are done. Remember guys, iniba.com, they've got a ton of great games. I'm sure you will find something for you as well. Link is in the description of this video below. Okay guys, so let's talk about that shocking Xbox news, a news that shook everyone in the world, really, literally, everyone keeps talking about it on Twitter, on internet. Okay, so a little bit of a background first, right? First off, Xbox Game Pass, it's a well-known service, rental service, subscription service, call it however you want, right? It's great. That's my opinion, by the way. And yeah, for years, Microsoft has been building that service. They've been adding games, and there were a lot of questions surrounding its profitability and whether or not it's sustainable for Microsoft and stuff. Like, people really care, right? But anyway, they asked this question anyway. Oh, can Microsoft survive, and can Microsoft really afford to sustain this service? And obviously there were always questions surrounding if developers make money putting their games on Game Pass, right? So there's been a ton of like discussions surrounding it, right? Like obviously, you know, they must be making money, otherwise they would not be putting their games, you know, over and over and over again, right? Because it's not like developer will put their game and they will never do it again with their another game. There's publishers that just keep adding and adding more games, right? But there's been some questions surrounding sales of games, and like there's been games that sold very well even though they were in Game Pass because they were multiplayer games. So obviously it works in a different way. So some people use Game Pass, other will buy the game to play co-op or whatever, right? But I guess more single player games may not have the same effect, right? So basically right now with CMA investigation, Microsoft put some sort of statement in a document saying that like some games some games sales have been affected by putting these games to Game Pass, right? And this is something that you would expect, right? Like some games will do better, some games will do worse, right? I mean, there's been a ton of stories about developers praising Game Pass and how much how sales boosted, the sales of the game actually skyrocketed when they put that game to Game Pass. And I guess that all depends on the type of game, quality of the game, right? And I mean, let's face it, if a game is bad, it's bad. Nobody will buy it, or no matter whether you put it on Game Pass or not, right? Some people will not play that game even if you give it for free if it's bad, right? If it's bad, it's bad, right? So this is the problem, right? We don't have any extra data to really comment on that, you know, what kind of games, what sort of effect it has on the sales and stuff. Are we talking about long term, short term? I think they were talking about like 12 months sales, but what about the extra DLC and that kind of stuff? So, you know, there's like different business models, I guess. So that's one part of it, and I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to say whether Xbox Game Pass works or not, and whether it's profitable or not, how much money developers make on Game Pass, or they not doing any money, right? I'm not here to tell you all that stuff because I don't have any data to back this up. I'm just here to tell you that, you know what? I don't care. No, really, I don't care, and neither should you. And don't get me wrong, there is this argument that people always throw at me or somebody else who says that, like, yeah, MaDz, but you should care because you should wish developers the best, because otherwise they will go bankrupt or publishers will go bankrupt. You're not going to get any games. So don't get me wrong, I'm not wishing them any bad will, right? It's not like I don't care, go bust, right? I wish them all the best business, all the best money, everything, all the best success. It's just, it doesn't affect me per se, right? All I want is a good game which I can play, and if it's in Game Pass, that's even better because I don't have to spend much money on it. The way they monetize that game, whether it's going to be by with microtransactions, well, okay, I would care about that because I don't like microtransactions, right? Unless it's cosmetic, so I don't care again, right? But what I'm trying to say is that, like, I wish developers all the best. It's just I don't spend time during the day thinking about, oh my God, if I download this game, will Microsoft make any money? Will developers make any money? Oh my God, I don't know. I better not download this game because that may cost Microsoft money. Why should I care? I paid for subscription, right? Microsoft made some calculations and they decided, okay, in Poland we will charge these Polish guys 40 zlotys per month for Xbox Game Pass, and let's hope it works, right? I bet if they were not making any money, or they were threatened to go under, they would probably raise the prices. Maybe they will raise the prices in the future. Who knows? I mean, all prices go up at some point in the future, right? It will happen at some point, right? But right now, I'm sitting here in front of my computer. I'm looking at my Xbox Game Pass app, or I turn on my Xbox and I look through the list of great games that are coming to Game Pass. Well, they are on Game Pass and are coming to Game Pass very soon. And I'm like, well, when I look at Game Pass, I don't think about, oh my God, will Redfall make any money? Will Starfield make any money? No, I don't look at Game Pass like that. I look at Game Pass list and I'm like, okay, so what do I want to play? I want to play Redfall, great. Forza Motorsport, Minecraft Legends, Ara, History, and, well, I don't think I will play that game. Well, not every game is for everyone, right? Wulong Fallen Dynasty, another Game Pass game. Stalker 2, another game. Flintlock, that's a very good game as well, from what I've heard, of course, right? What else? Replaced, Persona 4, well, I will give it a try. I'm not really into that kind of games. Arc 2, that may be a cool game. Last Case of Benedict Fox, I played the demo of that game. Very good game, by the way. It's going to be in Game Pass. And a ton of other games, like Shadow Warrior 3 is coming to Game Pass in like 2 days, or maybe it's there already, right? Like, there's ton of games. So I don't worry about how developers make any money. And you want to tell me that you care? No, you don't. Most people don't. I understand that publishers care about their own funds, developers care about their own funds, and I care about my own wallet. I wish them well. I want them to make as much money as they can, and the way I look at it is that if they put their game into Game Pass, they've made some kind of deal with Xbox, with Microsoft. They received a sum of money, right? A fixed sum of money, or maybe they share revenue. I don't know. Apparently, Phil Spencer did say that there's different scenarios for different games, I guess, right? So, they are flexible with it, right? Either way, developers make money on putting. They are receiving money for putting games in Game Pass. On top of that, they get money from sales. So it's not like, oh, that game is added to Game Pass for free, they don't make they don't make any money on that, and they just lost the sale, they go bankrupt. It's not like that. They get money from Xbox for potential loss of sales. But most games, I would argue, and there's a ton of accounts, a ton of developers saying that they got money from Microsoft for putting game in Game Pass, and on top of that, the extra recognition and word of mouth actually made them some extra money because they sold even more. So guys, at the end of the day, it all depends on the game, on the quality of the game, type of game, well, season. If you release a game in summer, well, you're probably not going to sell a lot of copies anyway. Most people are, outside playing whatever, not playing games. But anyway, so it all depends. But my point is that why should we care? And most people don't. Most people go and buy their console, they will check what kind of games they can play on it, and they play it, and they just enjoy the game. They don't think about business side of things, right? So yeah, that's my message to you guys. Don't worry. Don't worry so much. You don't need that stress. Just enjoy the games and enjoy Game Pass because it's really good. And you know what? It's going to be, well, I just wanted to swear, but I won't because I will get demonetized. So, but it will be a very, very good year for Game Pass this year. I can tell you that. And yeah, and that is actually what I really care. Great games on Game Pass, really cheap. And by the way, check iniba.com. They offer cheap games there as well. So if you want to save some money and want to own games, iniba.com. Link is in the description of this video below. So guys, thanks a lot again for tuning in. Thanks for support. Really appreciate it. And as always, I will see you all in the next one. Take care.